To discuss this development in the PDP, we're now joined by South-South Zonal Secretary of the People's Democratic Party, George Turnah. George, thank you for joining us. What specific resolutions or strategic plans were discussed at the Zamfara meeting to address the internal leadership tussles within the PDP ahead of the national convention? George, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
So my question is, what specific resolutions or strategic plans were discussed at the Zamfara meeting to address the internal leadership, tussles within the PDP ahead of the national convention?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, I think at this point, one can say clearly that the party appear not to be ready, to resolve the issues staring us, before our faces as we prepare for the convention. There are two very critical issues here. One is the issue with the leadership of the South-South zone, and then that of the Southeast zone. If you recall, the Southeast, we had a court judgment that sacked Honorable Ali, from office and also expelled from the party. Now, that judgment is subsisting. And that judgment is to the fact that any meeting of the party attended by Honorable Ali is void, and of no effect whatsoever. Now, the party has continued to carry on as if all is well. All is not well. Undermining a judicial pronouncement, is invitation to anarchy. And this is what His Excellency and leader, Chief Eze Nwanyị has been trying to, to draw the attention of the party and leaders, to these issues, so that we don't end up, crying when the head is already gone. Now, in the South-South, we have the same challenge. There is a pronouncement of the Federal High Court that have restrained Chief Emma Ogidi and co. from parading themselves as caretaker committee or in so whatsoever name as leaders of the party in the South-South zone. That order of court also restrained the PDP as a party, and INEC, very important, and INEC from relating with, or having anything to do with Chief Emma Ogidi and co. as leaders of the party in the South-South. Now, the party leadership continues to carry on in impunity, carry on as if, there are no consequences for this, disobedience to court orders. And then you see them continue to parade Chief Emma Ogidi, continue to parade Honorable Ali in NEC meetings, in NWC meetings, in caucus meetings. So what it means is that for each of those meetings that these persons participate, it is void and of no effect, ab initio. So if we carry on, that is why when Chief Jason Wike said there has not been a NEC meeting, people think he doesn't know what he's saying. A NEC meeting that has Ali signing attendance as National Vice Chairman Southeast, has Chief Emma Ogidi signing attendance as National Vice Chairman South-South, is null and void and of no effect whatsoever. Now, if we carry on with this kind of NEC meetings and decisions are made and we go to convention and elect officers of this party, what it means is that we have put something on nothing and definitely it will not stand. So I had expected that the governors at that level in their meeting in Zamfara would have been able to come to terms with this, judicial pronouncement. The acting national chairman that we have today is there on account of judicial pronouncement that kept him there. His predecessor, His Excellency, left office on account of judicial pronouncements. So why can't we obey rule of law? What is the issue? So we can't go, look, we are setting the stage for catastrophe. And when it happens, people will begin to look for those to blame. Meanwhile, the leaders like Nyesom Wike and indeed a number of us have been shouting now that, look, let us correct these things. So that is where we are. Any meeting of the Governors Forum as it is now, or any organ of the party that fails to deal with these fundamental issues of the leadership of the party in the South-South and Southeast geopolitical zone, as we move on to convention,
Mr. Turnah, let me ask you this. Let me ask you this. In light of ongoing anti-party activities that we've seen by some members of the PDP, I mean, we've seen some members of the PDP endorse President Tinubu for the next election. Did the Zamfara meeting recommend updates to the party's disciplinary mechanisms on how to deal with members who endorsed members of the opposition, basically?
No. You can't even deal. How do you deal with people? Elections are not here yet. I can't say anything. It's politics. People are scheming and positioning themselves and reorganizing. How do you deal with somebody who says, well, I support you? Have you produced your own candidate? Let the party produce their candidate. Let us be sure where our candidate is coming from. It is the South or the North. When we have our candidate, and then you watch, if party members will now not align, to campaign for the party, but we must get it right. We must do away with impunity. Look, the problem of this party is impunity. I give you an example. How can a party that sets up a machinery to pick a running mate, a vice presidential candidate, right? You take a decision, the party goes into deciding among XYZ who is to be running mate, to the extent that voting were done, and then some, you have a preferred choice emerging from that decision of the party, and you jettison it. Now you have a party that will alternate presidency between the North and the South, and then we had a zoning in 2019 where we zoned party offices, zoned the national chairman to the North, National Secretary to the South and all of that. And then we said presidential candidate will leave it open, jettisoning our tradition. I mean, what party does that? So first you must come clean. He who comes to equity must come with clean hands. The party must be able to do justice. The party must be able to ensure fairness. The party must be able to ensure that we stay with our constitution. We have made for ourselves rules to govern us. Let us stay with those rules. Stay with the constitution of the party. The constitution is supreme. So the constitution cannot be going to the right. We, as runners of the party, we are going to the left. So let us get to the bridge we cross. What is telling us at the face right now is our convention. Now, can we get it right? How do we get it right? There are issues. One of the fundamental issues is the issue with Southeast and South-South. How do you resolve this issue? There are judicial pronouncements. Why is it difficult for the party to obey the rule of law? The court have intervened. Look, that for the time being, pending the final determination of XYZ, these are the people you should recognize and deal with. Don't deal with this, don't relate with this, don't have anything to do with this. And don't mind you, NEC is involved in all of these suits. Not just PDP. So PDP is carrying on as if nothing is happening, but NEC, that is the umpire, knows that Chief Ogidi is not to be given any recognition as National Vice Chairman South-South. NEC is party to that suit.
All right, thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr. George Turnah, for having this conversation with us. But we have to go right now. But thank you so much for, of course, having this conversation with us and for your time.